Well, good morning, St. Helens children and families. Mr. Chappell just here. I've just swam to the depths of the ocean to be joined by all my different friends that you can see behind me as we get ready for our first ever WOW Day under the sea. And so what we just wanted to give you a little bit more information about is some of the activities that we will be doing on Friday. So as you hopefully would have received from school yesterday, information sheet with all the different activities that you could be doing. So hopefully you would know a little bit more about some of the 9 different activities that you can see here that we've given for different year groups, which can be adapted for everybody. So even though it says on some of them, years 1 to 6, early years, you might have a go at writing some words, but we'll talk more about those in a minute. So I'm just going to spend a bit of time on this video, just sharing some of the activities that we will be doing, because we've put everything on our own website page. So we've got our own website page especially dedicated to Under the Sea, where you will find all the different links that I'm about to talk about and share with you. As you know, we'll do our early morning check-ins as normal on Friday, so teachers will still check in via Zoom. But as you know, the times have been given for a very special introduction assembly. So Key Stage 2, you've got 9:30 to 9:45. Key Stage 1 and reception, you've got 10:45 to 11, where you will be joined by myself and Mr. Spence to run an assembly all about our Under the Sea Day. But also very, very special, we've got a virtual tour from the National Marine Aquarium, which is down in Plymouth. So parents, carers, hopefully this afternoon we'll be sending out a Zoom code ready for you to log in tomorrow. But we must insist that obviously if you're Key Stage 1, only to watch Key Stage 1, because obviously it's very much on numbers of capacity that we've got. So we've worked it all out in terms of that. So please stick to your own Key Stage tour. I think the key thing about that is in terms of the activities that we're doing, we just want to see you have a go at some of them. You don't have to do all the different activities. We just want you to select some of the ones that you feel most enthusiastic about, and so that you'll be able to go through them and have a go. So what I'm just going to do now is very, very quickly go through some of the activities that you will find on our website. And like I said, we've included in the link to our website, so you'll be able to access all those different activities. So we might start the morning with a bit of an exercise PE workout and dance, which is related to Under the Sea. So what I'm just going to do is click on one of these links so we can have a look at some of these activities very, very briefly. So Andy's workout, you might want to have a look at and think about, I want to wake up first thing in the morning and have a bit of a movement based around Under the Sea. So one of the activities you could do is something that looks like this.
Now fingers. All right, that's it.
So Andy, obviously familiar to children who watch CBeebies, will do a bit of a movement around animals that you might find under the sea. So that's one activity that you possibly could do. Another activity, which I'll just show again, is all linked in on the website to the hyperlinks. So Key Stage 2, you might have a look at ocean motion. So let me just click on that and bring that up for you to have a look at. And again, you'll be able to access that. And those people who used to watch Blue Peter, so for some family carers, you might remember Diane Louise Jordan, who used to present Blue Peter. She actually narrates this particular dance. And the idea with this, you could just find the space at home or if in school and just follow some of the instructions on there to get yourself moving like the ocean.
Hello, everyone. Diane here. Welcome to Time to Move.
So we won't go in further into that. I don't want to spoil all the surprises. So there's a nice 20-minute dance that you would be able to do as part of our early morning activities. But actually, I say early morning, it doesn't really matter when you do these activities. What we just said about having that grid of 9, and actually when you look on our website, there's a lot more activities that you may choose actually to do. And we're just leaving it up to you for the activities that you want to choose. Now, one of the other key activities we've got that you'll find on our website is the very exciting designer specie activity. So obviously we know the depths of the ocean, there may be hundreds of millions of tiny creatures, and some creatures may be still to be discovered. So on this, if you click on either the Key Stage 1 activity or the Key Stage 2 activity, you will be presented with a PDF, which is all about adaptation and how different animals adapt to the environment they're in and how they adapt to the habitats, that key word that I know some children across school have been looking at, habitats. And so you'll do a little bit of research and you can read through this with your parents, carers, family members at home, find out a little bit about what adaptation means. But then we want you to be creative. We want you to be thinking about your very own special creature that imagine if you discovered him, what or her, what would it look like? And so here's an example of a drawing that you could almost go for. So the spinny skipper just here, a specially adapted animal, and you can see he's got large eyes, and it says here he's got large eyes to see well in the dark. But maybe on your animal maybe have large eyes to search for its prey, and we'll come to those words later. So maybe you could design your mysterious creature that has large eyes. What about the size of it? What about the shape? What about the color for camouflaging? What about, for example, in this one's got a large fin, maybe to enable it to go really, really fast through the ocean. So for this activity, we would love you to be really creative, really imaginative, and design your own species that you would find in the ocean or under the seas. And then you could annotate it. A drawing would be enough for us. A name of the animal would be great, but maybe you could actually annotate it as we go along as well. So that would be great for us to see. Another activity we would love for you to have a go at is that we love you to do a bit of writing. So when we talked about the adaptation one, you could do a non-chronological report. So for those older children, you could write about your animal. So not only do you draw it, and then not only do you annotate it, you could do a bit of drawing around it, a non-chronological report, telling us all about where it lives, what its habitat's like, what does it feed upon? So is it a predator or is it a prey? So all those different things. So you could do a non-chronological report, or even if you wanted to write a news report, imagine you were standing at the beach, gazing out into the ocean, and then all of a sudden you saw your mysterious creature. Could you do a very short news report to say about the discovery of this amazing creature? So there's a couple of writing opportunities that can be adapted for all children. And then, as I said, we look forward to seeing what you're doing. I think another thing that we've got, you may have come across children, Sir David Attenborough, and you may even watch Sir David Attenborough's Blue Planet or Blue Planet #2. And what happens with that when Sir David Attenborough, he narrates over the top of the most amazing photographs and videos of different animals. So we thought, why don't we try and become Sir David Attenborough? Why don't we give you children a piece of video where there's no narration, where you could almost record your own audio, or you could write your own script around it. So again, what will happen on the website, you'll click the link just here, but I'm just going to click this hyperlink, and then what will happen, we'll be able to have a look at this particular video where you could have a look at it, and then it's got a bit of music, but you could mute the music down, and then you could record your own narration over the top maybe. So you might have a look at the video, which is only a very short video of 2 minutes, but then after a while you might get rid of the volume, and then you might get a piece of paper and a pen and a pencil, and then start writing your own script, imagining that you're Sir David Attenborough, and you're talking about all the things you see. So let Mr. Chappell just have a very quick go himself as we come to this. So I'm going to put myself into a nice formal voice. And here we have lots of amazing, bright and colourful creatures as they weave and bob in and out of the lovely standing coral. A beautiful rainbow fish, a school and a teeming with life we have under the seas. So you could come up with your own script as well. So you could design it, you could write it, and then maybe you could even record it. So we'd love to see what you could come up with in terms of recording your own script, pretending you're Sir David Attenborough. Now, obviously, Blue Planet, if you saw Blue Planet before, you may have discovered that actually not everybody is following on value of respect. So not everybody treats the oceans with the utmost respect. And sometimes there can be lots of plastics in the ocean, which can cause damage. So our second activity around this idea is actually for you to make a poster. Can you design a poster maybe on the computer, or maybe draw it using felt tips and pencil crayons and pens to save our ocean? So what you could first of all do is watch a very, very quick video all about Sir David Attenborough's thoughts around the ocean.
People's eye is to the damage that we are doing to our oceans and the creatures that live in them.
So in that particular one, you might watch a little bit about that video, and then we can have a go at then deciding to, once you've watched that video, to have a go at designing your own poster using a range of different mediums with a really catchy headline like you can see here: Save Our Ocean. So that's another task that is one of our 9 tasks that can be done all across the whole school. We've also got, when Blue Planet came out about a year ago, as part of BBC Teach for Children, there's also, they did a live lesson which you could watch if you wanted to. So if I click on this link, so we've got a live lesson about the Blue Planet. So again, it's about 40 minutes long, and then there's lots of activities, as you can see some of the attachments here that you could have a look at. But it might be that you just watch it, get lots of information and learn lots of new stuff. So again, you would be able to click on the hyperlink, which will take you to the website that I'm just about to show you just now. So let's have a look at the live lesson Blue Planet, which was for children about a year ago, but it's still very much relevant now.
Live from Manchester and Bimini in the Bahamas, join us on a magnificent marine adventure. It's the BBC Teach Blue Planet live lesson featuring our very own wildlife wonder, Naomi. For example, 1 kilogram of tuna fish between them.
So in this one, they'll tell you lots of different things about lots of different animals, but also what you can do is a few activities around some of the things they talk about. So you can see this one here, activity sheet number 1 is all about food chain. So in the video, and obviously it's a long video, so I'm not going to play it all now. You'll be able to discover a little bit about what we mean by food chains, about producers and predators and prey, and producers and consumers. And so you might have a go at some of the activities that you can see just here. So that's one other thing that you would be able to do. Carrying on, there's still lots more that we could be doing. We know we love reading at St. Helens and we love story time. So myself and Mr. Spence will be recording 2 videos for you, just maybe have a little bit of quiet time. And you've done, if you want to sit back and just listen to a story, which is linked to Under the Sea. I know some of the books that I read to my children, maybe fiction, non-fiction around Under the Sea. So you have to tune in to our YouTube page to see the recorded videos that we have. Maybe I'm going to go and have a look in my children's room now for Octonauts, because that's Under the Sea. Octonauts and those key Captain Barnacles, I think it was, and Peso, when they discovered all the animals under the sea. So maybe I'm going to try and find an Octonauts book. And actually, maybe that's another thing that you could be able to do. You could do your own story. So we obviously know that in St. Helens, we look at Story Mountains, where you have an opening, a build-up, and a dilemma. Something goes wrong. There's a problem to solve. And then we have a resolution and ending. And actually, maybe you could write a story about the Octonauts. The Octonauts always have a problem to solve. They have a dilemma that they must work together. So could you write your own Octonaut story with some of the characters? Could you write your own underwater story? Maybe discovering a secret hoard of treasure that you went diving for, a shipwreck, and you found something, but maybe something happens, a problem that you solve. So we'd love, once we've finished our story time and you've watched us on story time, we'd love to see your own stories. Now, I just talked about Octonauts, and another activity we would love you to do is maybe think about some of the underwater vehicles that the Octonauts used to use. I always remember the Octopod, and then the Guppy, and the different underwater submarines that they use. So we've got a link to the Octonauts website, which I can just show you just here, that you'd be able to have a quick look at. So the CBeebies Octonauts website, where you can discover a little bit more about the Octonauts, but also maybe have a look at some of their machines, the Gup-S, the Gup-X. You could have a look at the picture there. And what we would love you to do is thinking about any materials that you've got home, any recyclable materials, any junk modeling that you've got left, cardboard, etc. Could you make your own very special underwater vehicle as well? So that would be amazing for you to have a look at. But also, we know Octonauts were great because they always talked about different creatures. And so you could click on the link and have a look at their creature reports. And so find out a little bit more about some of the creatures that the Octonauts would go and rescue and help out. So for example, this one here, this beautiful, let's find out a little bit more about this lionfish creature just here.
Calling all. Activate creature report.
Creature report. Creature report. Creature report.
Facts. Lionfish use their sting.
Oh, so the lionfish uses its sting. So maybe it's going to be like a predator to get its prey using its sting. And that's something that we would love you to think about. You can watch those creature reports and learn a few more things about some different creatures. But could you make your own top trumps maybe? Those of you who really know about top trumps, where you try and play a game against another person, could you make your own top trumps using different creatures, maybe from the creature reports, or maybe other using computing skills and using Google search engines, find out a few animals, and then make a pack of 6 top trumps maybe with different categories, so maybe size, speed, and you can make up and rate your own creatures and then play against. So there's going to be a template on the website that you could use. So we'd love you to have a look at that. So still more. And again, we would love you, as everything that you're doing on Friday, we would love you to post on Class Dojo or Tapestry as well. It might be that you just want to do some artwork on Friday. So maybe using lots of different mediums. So collage, maybe some sketching, some paints, some pencil crayons, that you could make your own underwater picture. And as we said here, we'd love to post it for you to post it and share it on Class Dojo or Tapestry. Something else you could do on Friday, obviously in the morning, we've got our very own special Zoom for us for a school, but also the Plymouth Aquarium on their YouTube page are doing 2 live sessions in the afternoon that might be of interest for you. One of them, the Deep Science for Key Stage 2, is all about creature classification. So again, what you could do on the school website page is just click it and it will take you to the link. And then hopefully you'll be able to have and find a little bit more about some of the National Marine Aquarium programs that they'll be running on Friday afternoon that you can see here. So here's the direct link to it. But as part of that, there's also different activities that you might be doing, which are again on our website. So they've provided a range of different activities. You could be classifying different animals. So children in Key Stage 2, you may have just done some science classification and working out what different animals you found in the woods. I know Year 6 and Year 5, you've done a lot of wood studies in our wooded area, and you may have had to classify different animals. Maybe you could do that as part of the activities just here. So there's additional. So all these are actually additional. Some more here. Some coding. So you could watch a video on coding, and maybe if you haven't got access to Scratch or something at home for coding, you could write a simple set of instructions. Now, these are all different activities that are not all even on our grid of 9. So on our website, you'll see a whole range of additional activities that you could have a look at. So again, a bit more here. You might want to explore the abyss and the ocean. So get to knowledge. Maybe you want to just improve your knowledge of what the different oceans are called around the world, maybe the layers of the ocean. So we've got some of these activities on the website that aren't even part of our 9 activities. So we're not saying that you've got to do all of these 9 activities. We want you to have a look at our school website on our under the C page, and you can pick which ones you want to do. Okay, well, again, we're not expecting all of you to do it, every single one, but we would love for you to share what you've been doing and to post on Class Dojo and Tapestry. So hopefully that's helpful and just gives you a bit more information alongside the sheet that we sent out yesterday. And we're really looking forward to seeing some of the things that you do. I hope you have a great WOW day on Friday, and I'm just going to go away now and swim away and see some of my friends. So take care, everybody. I'll see you very soon. And I can't wait to see some of the things that you're up to and some of the things that you will be doing. So bye-bye.